It's my Jamaican Hot Chocolate. One of them, I've got one in hydro inside. I just noticed this has a nice looking right pod. There's another one behind it. Tiny little runt pod back in there. Plant's fairly short now. The one inside is pretty tall, but it's pretty bushy. There's some other blooms on it, and maybe a few little maybe pods emerging. But the one that's inside I tried, and the pods weren't very hot at all, but they're very sweet. So I'm interested to see how this one tastes. But I'm gonna probably do a taste test on this one. That's the nicest looking one. It's Peter Stanley. Got another pod test. I'm going to do a first ripe Jamaican hot chocolate. A first ripe one from an outdoor plant. It's a really nice looking pod. It's the biggest one. I had a few from a hydro plant that are a little smaller, and those had almost zero heat, but they really sweet. So I'm interested to see how this one is. A couple notes just to compare this with the chocolate hab, which I've grown. It seemed like this germinated faster and grew faster and produced earlier. The one pod I tried from my hydro didn't seem nearly as hot, but it tasted a million times better. It was really sweet. But I've read that these are as hot or hotter than chocolate hab. I guess it depends on the plant and how it's grown and whatever. But I'm interested to see if this one's spicier. But the other one had a really good flavor. Anyway, I got the seed from Semillas Las Palmas, and I also know it's also raining out here, thunderstorm, big trucks going up and down around. So apologize for the background noise. I'm planning to move these indoors. I had a couple more I want to do tonight. But anyway, let's take a look at this and cut it open and see how it looks inside. All right, here we go. Got the stem off here. Oh yeah, look at all that oil. A whole lot of seeds in there. It smells, I mean you can smell the chinensa, but it doesn't smell bad. I got oil all over my fingers. It's beautiful inside. The placenta is kind of got a brown tinge, especially on this side. I'm starting to anyway. A lot of oil in there. Can't wait to try this out. I'll switch the camera around and taste it. Okay, so we got the Jamaican hot chocolate. Yeah, it's very sweet. It's definitely got some heat, more than the other one did. It's not as sweet as the one I grew indoors. Yeah, it's got normal, like, hab level heat now. Maybe even a little more. Yeah, it's coming on kind of the front of my mouth. Gums, underneath my tongue. Yeah, it didn't really taste at all. Well, it had that sweet flavor. There's a little more floral. Um, Definitely like normal level heat for hab type pepper. It's still building. The indoor one, I don't know. It was just not hot at all. I mean, barely hot, but it was super super sweet. And that one's starting to bud up again, so maybe I can definitely compare when if I do take it outside, see if that makes a difference or if it's just the plant. But yeah, heat's still building on this. It's got a decent amount of heat. Yeah, definitely a good powder or a sauce. Salsa. Probably go well in the canned salsa I made last year. Marinade. I can't really tell if it was any smoky. Some of the chocolate pods. Um, or this one just, it wasn't a real pungent odor flavor. It was like a kind of a mild flavor, sweet but not as sweet as my indoor plant. A little bit floral but not much. Um, Had a really good flavor. The heat is pretty decent on it. I say it's a little more than like an orange hab for sure. Um, a little bit of salivating going on. I think it's about peaked heat wise. The pain still in about the same areas of the mouth. Let's creep back toward my throat a little bit. Hoping that plant grows. I expect it to grow more. It's pretty early in the season, so maybe I've read they're pretty prolific. Um, Get ready to refertilize all my plants. They're all kind of growing at different rates. Some have twice as big as that one. Some are a little smaller. There's a really pretty pod, first pod on it. And there's some other smaller pods starting to form, and then a lot of other bud sites. Yeah, heat still it's peak, but it's kind of hanging around the same. Hasn't really gone down much. Yeah, I definitely recommend growing that. The chocolate habs I've tried, and also the brown Congo. I don't know if they're much different, but they kind of seemed like they took a lot longer to grow, slower. The flavor wasn't as good. I thought they were more floral, kind of. I don't know. Some people like the floral. I'm not as big a fan of it. But this has a really good flavor. I'm not sure what I'm going to try using mine with. Probably definitely make a powder. Probably a good base powder too to mix with some other peppers, spices. Yeah, it's starting to go down. I don't know if I'm going to do. I got two other peppers that I have ripe that I want to review. I don't know if I'm going to do those tonight. Might put those off till tomorrow. Depends on how I feel. I have to definitely move indoors. It's going to be dark here in a little bit. Anyway, once again, I appreciate you watching, and please subscribe to my channel. My goal is, I didn't make my goal last year, but I'm staying on top of it so far this year. My goal is to review one of every different kind of pepper I'm growing, at least one, and we'll do a pod test and And I'm not the best. I'm not really an expert reviewer, but I just want to share my first impressions, and it gives me experience too to become a better reviewer, to do as many as I can, and I just wanted to share my gardening, my grow for this year, and how I'm doing my plants, and have other videos of different grow methods I'm using, and I can and with, this kind of give me an opportunity to share some of the end result and product, and so you can see how they did. Uh, anyway, signing off, but thanks again for watching. Bye.